Segment called Winners and Losers every Monday. Your team's certainly a winner, a 4-0 week. It's too early to say anything was must win, but it had to feel good to get back on the winning side of things.
Yeah, and it's not must win. You just want to play good, and I think that's what we did over the whole week. I mean, we played great defense. We got great starts all week, and some really timely hitting and just some good at-bats by guys over the week. I mean, you just want to play good baseball going into SEC play.
And if we were to break that down a little step further and go maybe on a micro level, Aaron Downs, what a weekend he had for you. I was kind of surprised to not see him get an SEC Player of the Week nomination this week. I thought he played that well.
Somebody must have had a really good week to get it over him.
I saw somebody had 6 home runs last week, so I guess
this is pretty good.
We'll give it to them. But you talked last week about the depth and the guys you have coming off the bench. Downs was not starting for you on Friday, but then Saturday, Sunday, what a weekend he had.
Yeah, I got a tough dynamic with Stallman, him, Stevens, Chance, and Sullivan in my DH role. So there's an odd man out each night. It's a little bit more matchup based, but he came in and he just handles it. I'll walk to him and say, "Hey, man, you're out tonight. Coach, we're good. I'll be ready. Let's just win." And it's really refreshing to get that mentality from a player. And he's played great. He needs to play more for sure.
Hunter Hines, we knew that it would turn around for him at some point. He had a really good weekend. Great Friday night with a home run, and just missed a second home run, hit one off the wall for a double. Then he, didn't have the same results, but looked comfortable at the plate all weekend. Did you sense that he was comfortable out there this weekend?
I think he had like 5. We do quality at bats instead of batting average. He had like 5 hard hit outs. Line drive to the right fielder, line drive to the center field wall. He had great at bats all weekend long. So that's what we judged. So we were really, really pleased with his approach, the strike zone. He's working his tail off on his swing. It's nice to have him back in the mix.
What do you think of Ben Davis and his first start for you at Dudy Noble Field?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he does some. He's very talented, but he does something very different than most. And so, with that sinker, it just he got a ton of ground balls. He was really efficient, is what you like to see.
You announced earlier that Evan Sierra will be getting the start for you on Tuesday against Old Dominion. I like Sierra because he does – you always talk about competing, and I feel like that's what he does more than most. He's a strike thrower. He's going to put the ball out there, let his defense make plays behind him. Is that part of the reasoning for him getting the start in what's a bigger ballpark? You can maybe trust him to keep the ball in the park?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's you can game plan with him, I think, is a big thing. So he can You can call pitches. You get certain things from him. He's just and like you said, he's going to compete. I think that's probably the biggest thing. There's going to be a lot of arms here in the next 2 days because we got to be ready for the weekend. But he's going to get us out the gate.
Have you made a decision on Wednesday starter yet?
Hello,
Coach. Have you made a decision on Wednesday starter yet?
No, we sure don't.
Okay,
we don't.
All right. One last thing before we let you go. I know you're about to hit the practice field there. This weekend, in my knowledge, I don't think that Texas has ever been to Dudy Noble Field, and it's certainly obviously their first time as an SEC opponent. So it's kind of a historic weekend as you welcome the Longhorns. So the last time you saw them, it was en route to a national championship. How excited are you for the start of SEC play?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It'll be Starkville will be packed, the Dude will be packed. It'll be 2 really good teams, and part of this new SEC. I mean, and we're getting both the new ones the first 2 weekends.
Yeah.
So getting them and Oklahoma. I don't know how many times Mississippi State's been to Oklahoma. So, but it'll be a fun weekend. It'll be very competitive, and I think everybody's looking up. And I looked up today, and I guess our first 5 weekends, everybody's inside of the top 15. So, that's why it's the SEC. So it's just real competitive, and you got to go out there on those weekends and prove it. And, I look forward to the weekend.
Well, Coach, I'm going to be cooking out in right field on Saturday. So if you want a plate or anything, you just let Stallman know, and I'll send it back with him when the inning ends, okay?
That sounds like a plan.
All right. Coach Chris Lemonis, I know you're in a little bit of a rush today. We'll talk to you again next week. Thanks, Coach.